unmute myself now that I've been talking for a few minutes. It'll be hard. Good luck. Thank you very much. ICOM test whatever. Oh, there we go. Audio. It'll be hard. Good luck. Thank you very much. Let's turn the mic up just a little bit more. Oh, there we go. Audio. It'll be hard. Good luck. Thank you very much. Or not, apparently. So apparently my OBS has decided that it won't let me turn the mic up. Let's just do it the hard way. Oh, it froze. That's why. Apparently my OBS has decided that it won't let me turn the mic up. Oh, no, it didn't. I just didn't move. So firstly, in my defense, no coffee. I've got name brand cola. Only because I drank an entire pot of coffee before doing this. In my defense, no coffee. Okay. Only because I drank an entire pot of coffee before doing this. Okay. Sound okay? Everything good sound-wise? You guys will hear the game audio. Sound okay? Well, should be hearing the game audio. Good sound-wise? Oh. I hear myself here. Hear the game audio. Yeah. Should be hearing the game audio. Oh. I hear myself. Why do I hear myself? I hear myself here. Yeah. I hear myself. Why do I hear myself? Yeah. That would be why. YouTube is open. Haha, there we go. There we go. Now I shouldn't be hearing myself, and you shouldn't be hearing me like 500 times. Toronto represent. That's right. I think I've now worn this shirt way too many times since Canada Day. Wear it, wash it, wear it the next day, wash it again the next day. Pretty much almost every 2 days this thing's on. Okay. So, yeah, game audio is good. I'm going to preface this first. So, that's new. That's a new button. Don't know what it does, but that's a new button. Indisputable in English. Nice. So I got two chats here, so I apologize if I missed something in one of them, because I got two chats on one monitor, the game on another one, and then I'm actually recording on my third computer, on my other computer, on my other monitor. So hopefully this doesn't break anything. If it does, I've got a roll of duct tape. But yeah, so this will be the third Canada stream. So in the first stream, we kind of built the country up a little bit, got things going, situated the country a little bit, played the economy game, kind of built things up a little bit, and played on England's love for us. And we invaded, we'll zoom in here, Sierra Leone, because why not? The reason why we invaded it, and I'll actually turn this overlay off, was because we started in the 1912 or something like that campaign. Basically what we wanted to do was get the most lucrative resource in the game right at the beginning, playing the Brinkmanship and pretty much almost all of the Great War scenarios, and that is rubber. So right now we've only got one rubber plantation built up, but the plan is to obviously grow as it is, and hopefully not depend so much on the French and the English for rubber and any other country. I think the Taiwanese or the Siam has it, but as you can see, we are in the process of invading Siam as well. The plan here is to actually roll up the peninsula and basically capture everything and utilize that access we have to rubber. There's that, but there's the overall plan. So the overall plan is to build up the military, build up our tech level. World War I never happened, which means we're okay friends with the Americans. We're not like, buddy best friends with the Americans, but we're friends with the Americans. Because of that, we're actually going to invade the U.S. When? I'm not 100% sure yet, but the plan is to completely and utterly conquer all of North America, bringing maple syrup to all the people of North America. Once we deal with the Americans, then we'll then turn on the colonial powers of France and England and Germany, Italy, all of them. We'll turn on them and capture what's left of North America up here. The little French island of Saint Pierre. Been there once. It's lots of horses. Capture that. Capture the Bahamas, Bermuda. I don't think Cuba's not a puppet yet. I think Puerto Rico's even independent. No, it's American now. Okay. The plan will be to basically take the U.S. off the map and just slowly and ever so surely conquer North America and just remove the United States. Because in the end, everyone plays as the United States, Russia, some other country, and they try to take over the world. But no one suspects us. Because why not? So, with that in mind, there was recently, there is rubber over here in Hawaii, isn't there? Have to take. And Hawaii at one point was independent, but yeah. So we're going to continue on with our invasion of Siam for now. Once that's done, we're going to kind of turn around and start working on a few other things as well. Yeah, we lost some supply over here. That's no big deal. Actually, let's look at things real quick here. So food is okay. Rubber, good. Timber is good. Oil, we're slowly getting our oil production up. Power is going to be a bit of a problem long term, and military goods are a problem. So, with that in mind, let's get things going, shall we? We're researching 622. Good to go there. We've already got British tanks. We've researched tanks, but we can build the Mark 1, but I believe we have Mark 1s. Oh no, because we bought the Mark 1, that's why. Can I research it though? No, I can't. Okay. So, with that in mind, let's unpause here. I'm going to set fast. We're going to slowly roll up this continent there, or the peninsula here. Oh, you can't go on that, can you? No, you can't. Move you up here. We got our engineers to help build rail and supply lines. Because we're also going to be building a lot of rail. Because, rail is the newest thing and is... There we go. Move our artillery up for support. Perfect. You're going to hold that location for now. We're going to keep the artillery in this village because most likely the Siamese Navy will come down here and try to cause a problem, try to recapture this location. I'm going to order it to actually do some repairs real quick. We're going to build some rail. Oh, the thing's missing there. Go. Get that going, that way we can also, when we get our reserves, bring it in. True Southeast strong. Yeah. Well, the plan is, right, we also can get now a foothold in Africa. We now have a foothold, theoretically, when this is over, in Asia. So as the colonial powers lose power, we'll be able to snipe all the countries that they release. And hopefully get a good little foothold on things. And speaking of the Siamese Navy... And one of the catch-22s about all this, too, I don't have a navy. I'm dependent on landing troops in the British Malay and then bringing our troops up. So, what are you? Are you trying to bring... What are you trying to do? That's interesting. Do you have a port? No. If you have an engineer, though, you could land troops here, right? No. You could land them there. I wasn't expecting something like that. That's interesting. Okay. Well, we need to work on our power situation. We're going to need coal power plants. So, nope. None of you are where I think it is. Challenge for a live in the future. Oh, you mean the live stream like on a like a live stream challenge type thing? Like what I can do in the future? Engineers. Yeah, you're all there. 2, 3, 4, 6, 6. No, don't want you. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Come on. I only want what's at the barracks here. Oh, don't do this to me now. There we go. It's 2, 6. Interesting. Sure, why not? Don't know if I'll be able to do it, but I'll try. Units run all over the place, especially when you're dealing with tens of them. No, not really. I do find that as long as you have your initiative pretty down and you're on top, I wouldn't say on top of them, but as long as you're managing them properly, I haven't really had a problem. Now, I've had them do this, though, where they're on the rail, they're running fine, and then they just do something like this, which is weird. And they could run down here on the rail and then come up, but instead they go here, stop, get off, walk up, hop on the rail there. That's the only thing I have found that's kind of strange. Play as Taiwan in 2020 and take China. Okay, I could do that. Now, is it like start immediately and go to war with China and then go? Because if it's just go to war with them right off the bat, yeah, ain't gonna win. But if I can, build up for, a little while, I could probably beat them. All right, so power. Oh, that's the other thing too. I am short on money, so construction actually is going to end in 10. Like, wait 10 years and then invade, or you only have 10 years. Because just like on population alone, you wouldn't be able to win. Yeah, I'll take that. Just because the actual population in the military, you'd run out of reserves first. Any naval movement with land unit support? You mean like just transferring the troops via the sea, you mean? Like ordering like my troops from like say Halifax to go down to Sierra Leone? Done that. No problem there. They just straight line. Every now and then they get stuck down here in Terra del Fuego and Cape Horn, but 10 years to get ready and whatever. Oh, yeah, okay. 10 years to get ready, then, yeah. I think you can get your reserves up fast enough and high enough if you start paying them a lot of money and things like that. That shouldn't be a problem. Okay, so doesn't look like they're pushing up here, so let's continue up. Village there, right? Yep. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna hit the wrong button. That's what I'm gonna do. We're gonna do 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. Just get our artillery kind of up and rolling with them. That's all good to go. There we go. thought that was going to happen. I'm going to keep at least 4 things of artillery there, just to be on the safe side. Because something like this. I need a navy. I mean, I have 29 ships, but none of them have the ability to really go overseas. A bunch of armed merchant ships, which are okay. I have 1 cruiser. Artillery in place. So artillery will be a little lopsided for a little bit until we can kind of get a larger front open up. This will definitely open up our access to rubber, though, because rubber is like ridiculously important in the, I guess you can call it the World War II era still, or the World War I era, the Roaring 20s. Let you move up. I don't want to overcommit too much. Since we're still like jungle fighting and, you know, forest fighting, we're not really going to do all that great. Jungle, perfect. You're going to go up there. You are going to help these guys. Oh. Yeah, you don't have the range to hit me, so we're good. China wants to send me industrial goods. That's 30 million that they want. They're asking for 40. I can do that because I can afford that. Worst case scenario, I can always cut money. That'll be fine. There we go. Okay, you're good there. Let's get back to the nation. So I'm going to build... What's a good spot to build a nuclear power plant? Coal power plant. Now I can go historical and say, for example, build Nanticoke down here. That's a power plant. It's a coal power plant, if I'm not mistaken. That's now being changed into a massive solar plant. Whoa. Lost the tank. Wow, okay. Wasn't really expecting that to happen.
Reactor online. Sensors online.
Rubber plantation. Well, I can see why they're going to fight over it.
Thank you for putting SRU.
What mod is this? This isn't a mod, this is just straight vanilla game. Though now with the new tools though, good to go. No, if you control the sea lanes, you've got a pretty good, quite the advantage actually. Like, for example, if you can place troops and say warships in this area here, you've pretty much got almost the east-west cut off. Like, people are gonna have to come down here. So say you put it like an airbase here on this little island here. You put, you know, aircraft that are looking, what is it, sea patrol aircraft, whatever they're called. Like P-3 Orions or whatever, and searching for airplanes or searching for ships. Then you have aircraft with, you know, with missiles or whatever, and just wipe out the ships, easy. Same with North America as well. Take over Panama, or even take over Panama itself, and people just can't go across the Panama Canal unless they have a transit treaty with you. So you basically just place a whole bunch of troops, like aircraft and warships down here, and you've got that shut off. As Canada, I've got complete control of the Northwest Passage. So the only people that right now can use it are anyone I have a movement treaty with. so I'm going to need more troops here. So controlling sea lanes is actually very, very important, especially if you're fighting large global wars in the future. In this era, not so much because the ships, though powerful, not many people have them. So like England, if you go to war with them, for example, if I zoom out here, they're going to pretty much be controlling the entire coast of Europe. So if I were to do an amphibious invasion of Europe right now against England, I would get my butt just destroyed. So, I mean, sea lanes important. At the same time, depending on the era, right? They're not, like in the future, like say like the 2020 era or even 2017, if you have an air force with like really good ground attack aircraft or even very good anti-shipping aircraft with anti-shipping missiles, meh, yeah, go Leafs, that's right. Okay, so I'm going to hold up there for now. I'm going to get reserves come up. So we lost, what, 4? Yeah, we lost quite a bit. We lost 1 infantry and 2 tank. Did I just say it like that? I just said it like that. That was weird. 1 infantry and 2 tank. You know, let's get our cavalry, because all my cavalry should be currently in Vancouver, right? Nope. None of my cavalry in Vancouver. Okay. Well, let's build 2 of you. We're gonna need 2 of you. And 2 more of you. Let's build up our tanks and infantry and stuff. I mean, we don't have the reserves right now. We only have 85,000 troops. The Americans have more troops than us just deployed in their military facilities. So, that'll be a while. But, I think we're good to go. You're going to be cut off a little bit. Well, I know what to do. Let's move all of you there, and let's bring all of you up. We're also going to extend the rail line. Once we capture this town, obviously we're extending the rail line there. Come on. Boom. That had to hurt. That had to hurt. The Great Siamese Invasion by Canada in 1917. Completely accurate. Wait, what'd I do? Oh, I screwed that up. There we go. Yeah, so while you're doing that, let's... Pickering, later on we'll have a nuclear power plant, so let's build it there. Whee! Let's get some coal power plants going. Whoops. I love the new icons. They're a little hard to see, but I love the new icons. Let's build 2 for now. There we go. Didn't know this? Engineer. Most important unit in the game. Just want to make sure if I'm losing money or not. Don't think we're losing money. Canada's very frail in this era. Is this Supreme? Yeah, it is. We're good there, okay. So you're working at what, 2% a day? 3% a day. Good to go. Okay, so you're gonna be done real fast. That gives a bit of a spike to our power. Oh, let's move you up. how many are we need? 4. You are actually going to, oh, not go there. You are going to go to Vancouver. And I got 2 tanks to go with you. The new icons. Working on improving. You know what? I like them. They're just really tiny. Though I have had people ask me how my UI is different. And apparently not many people run the game at 1920 by 1080. They actually run it some other way. I don't know how. Like with other options, I guess. The only problem I've had is if I actually go into my options, go into graphics, I can go to 3840 by 2160. That breaks everything on me. Because I guess the UI doesn't scale or what have you. So when I do that, it just like everything becomes like ridiculously small. And yeah, it's the Great War. It's the Brinkmanship from the Great War. You can get the Great War for free as a DLC for Supreme Ruler Ultimate if you get the standalone, which is a good deal. Both games do. It's kind of funny. Both games play differently. I don't know why it is. Maybe it's because you get into that World War I mentality of slow-moving, massive armies. When you play the Great War, when you load up Ultimate, you're expecting, stealth fighters flying around, dropping nuclear bombs, and having aircraft carriers do massive airstrikes. And that reminds me, I have to look up a way of adding in the 747 ACC. Don't know if that's an option. I'll have to figure it out. It's an aircraft carrier 747. Yeah, you're still on the rail. Perfect. And you guys should be helping here. Oh, perfect. Right here, the town's actually kind of impeding on the health bar a little bit. Yep, I like them. I think they're good. Oh, might have some more shooting. Just watching the line. Nice. I don't even know what move. I haven't even heard that. I'm going to assume it's maybe something about Montgomery. Because the Desert Fox is Rommel. I think someone used to call Montgomery that. Or maybe the mustachioed master of the desert. I always love Montgomery's mustache. It looks like the Siamese are finally sending troops at us. Let's bring up additional artillery. Spend time battles against the Libyans during Mussolini's time. Yeah, get the Great War and you get the DLC for Great War for Ultimate for free. It's really good. I love it. The two of them definitely feel differently. I don't know what it is. They just do. You guys still in a They would. I think they are. They'll be able to answer that probably momentarily. How are my industrial goods? Yeah, I'm gonna need that. I don't want it, but I'm gonna need it. I don't like that. Oh, good. Our tanks are done. Let's send these guys to Van. Get those guys over there. I don't have any extra artillery, do I? don't. Okay, let's build some extra artillery here. We bought. Oh yeah, that's the other thing too. We bought German superior artillery as well at the beginning of the game as well. Why not? Let's build 6 more. They're not on repetition or anything like that, so much longer till you're done. 20 days theoretically. Good to go there. Gotta love engineers. You're gonna hold off that location. Tanks will be showing up to resupply. Now the question is, when I send them from Vancouver, usually what I'll do is I'll set up kind of almost like a waypoint system where I'll send the ships to one spot. Just before they get to that spot, I'll send them to a different spot just to kind of go around things sometimes. But I might just send these guys down here possibly. I'm worried about the Siamese Navy because they're kind of pushing here. I mean, I could bring some warships in, but I don't know what effect they're going to have. New Vancouver? Oh, that's perfect. Give me a good idea of seeing where all these ships are. Okay. Now, I don't have any naval production facilities because I kind of got rid of them all. Okay, torpedo boats are going to be useless. Well, actually, what am I doing? Honestly, what am I doing? I can just click here and... that moment where you're just doing something and you're like, wait a minute, this is the hard way of doing things. Oh, there we go. You're done. So you're good. You're going to give us a little bit more power, not too much, which is okay. Close all of you. Build more consumer goods. It's going to definitely draw a butt ton of power. Moment when you're trying to figure out what to research. I'll support that. No, I'm good. I have oil to spare. Oh my god, I just had an idea. It's not going to work, but it's an idea. So I'm going to order these guys initially to go just south of the Philippines. Hopefully to avoid any rogue Siamese warships or anything like that. I'm going to order everyone to go at the same speed. And I'm just going to double check to make sure they do when they go here. They should all go together. Perfect. Okay. Sounds like we just sunk possibly the warship that was going there. So yes, I'm going to order them here, and I'm going to bring them up around this way, and then decide whether I'm going to drop them off on the west coast or the east coast. So I'm going to order them there first. Oh, reserves. How's our rail lines going? They're going pretty good. We have 45,000. We're using 200. Gonna need to kind of pay a higher price on stuff. I'm gonna say no to you just in case the Americans say yes. And they did because our money went down. There we go. I'm loving this whole multiple different services. This is pretty good. Let's make sure our warships are doing what they're supposed to, or our ships, I should say, are all together still. They're spreading out a little bit. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to order them there for a second. Just make sure they all do stay together. Warfare shells. Okay, thank you. We're going to reissue the order there. As long as the escort ships keep pace with the supply tanker, we're good. Because the merchant transports have unlimited fuel, so... Okay, so you're going to Southern Philippines. Once you're there, we'll push up. The artillery already done? Wow, that was actually pretty fast. You're all going to Vancouver as well. What's going on there, my love?
I'm just looking for one of the small vacuum attachments.
Which one? The brush?
Yeah.
Look underneath my coffee table. Near the leg near your left knee.
Ah.
You may have been under a pair of socks. I'm sorry.
That's okay. Thank you.
Oh, no problem. Love you. Should I bring the cavalry up? It's not a question, too. I'll bring the cavalry in. Sorry, I'm getting paranoid. I gotta make sure that it's still working. I've got it going down here, I've got it going here, and I've got it going on my other computer over there. Near the end of everything, I'll show my setup here that I got going on. Okay, so where are you guys? Are you still... Okay, so you're outpacing, but it's not that bad because these guys don't need fuel. So that's not so bad. These are German, American, German. Now, theoretically, I could cheese off the Germans a little bit and coax them into a war, but they're going to have better tech than me. Better army than me. I don't know if I want to give the Americans tank tech. okay. So, I don't think so. But how about... 500 mil. They just landed troops. And that's why their artillery's there. Alright, so what's this count? What's this count? What? What's the counter offer? You want an additional $1 billion. You're requesting $2.5 billion worth of stuff. You want basically all my money. Yeah, I don't even have that much money. I don't have that much money. I'll have to wait. Here we go. I just remember they were calculating in that 1,000. So it's just the additional 400 that they wanted. Okay, so tech-wise, we're good to go. I want to get to upping our power output. We can change blah, 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 blah. If we can upgrade our power output, that would be amazing. Because then obviously we put out more power. We don't have to worry about spending much money on infrastructure. Throw more money into, you know, military production, industrial production, and consumer production. Make some more money off our people. Exploit some resources. We still have all of this to exploit. These are all unit stuff, aren't they? Monoplane. You're not tradable. Wait, are you? Air attack. Good to know. Oh, we got some more artillery rounds landing momentarily. Speaking of... Okay, yeah, you're all starting to get all spread out now. Hold on. Go here, please. We're 97%. There we go. You're gone good. They've got escorts. If I were the Siamese, I'd place troops here. And like naval warships here. Because that way it would block anything. Because theoretically, the only port we have is this one. So the AI should theoretically, if it had any warships, could kind of blockade us a little bit. Because that way we would have to then use the British. We would have to use British ports at that point. That would definitely put us at a bit of a disadvantage. What are you doing? Why are you in the middle of nowhere? What did you think was... What? I don't know how to process it. I don't know why those three artillery just decided to randomly go up near Kamloops. Or wait, Kamloops is over here, isn't it? Burning. Kamloops, yeah. What? I just let you guys go there. This is weird. It's totally weird. think as of now we got more people on Steam watching than the YouTube. It's 25 people on the Steam. Hello. Okay, so I don't think I'm going to need to worry too much about escorts for my my artillery. But this one, why? They're on vacation in the Rockies. Yeah, they are. I don't understand. I honestly don't understand. Okay, so power should be fine for now. Military goods apparently are fine. Industrial goods are good. Consumer goods are good. What's close? Oil's kind of close. Uranium's no big deal. I'm not producing any. I will need some in the future, but a lot of techs we should be finding should up our stuff. They're never going to get to... Though, when you think about it, they're like, we'd rather go to the middle of the Rockies, in the middle of nowhere, than go to Siam. It's actually like a lot of guys in the Canadian forces that I know. A lot of guys in the CF are like, I prefer a hot place over a cold place. Because cold places are like home. I'm going to try to bring these guys in here. Yeah, that's exactly what I'm going to do. And I don't think... Oh, I can't go to the second... Yeah, never mind. I can't go to the monitor. Okay, so... You know what? Go there, please. Oh, why? I think it has some... This is just a guess, but when I zoom in and look, there's supply... Like, there's no supply there. I'm thinking they were trying to get up to this rail to get to this supply faster. Maybe? Because, I mean, the other ones got here perfectly fine. So it was just these three that decided they were going to go off and do their own thing. Loyalty problems, that's no big deal. I want my reserves. So there was something there. Yeah, I've noticed a couple times. I'm wondering sometimes if they're following updated highway map. Maybe. But I've noticed that sometimes they follow the supply and not the rail. So, like, they see that they're going to, if they go down a certain railway, they're going to run out of supply. So they'll go up off the railway to the next rail and then go. Countdown to election? Oh, we're going to lose the election. Eh. Can we see a Canadian dictatorship? Okay, whoa. You're getting way too excited here, buddy. Way too excited. Slow your roll, please. Do not get ahead of your escorts. this artillery keeps pinging somebody. All right. Oh, I wonder if, whoa, that is a cruiser that I would not have any power to actually knock out. And that's what I was worried about right there. Oh, there's another one. So if I'm not mistaken, my cruisers cannot take out those torpedo boats. And that was my number one concern. There's another. Oh, what is this? Patrol ship? Yeah. My escorts do not have the ability to do anything with those guys, so... I'll leave these guys here for a little bit and let them refuel, update, or, you know, their update. Well, maybe they'll actually be able to take this guy out. Maybe they'll be able to take this ship out. Or not. Anyways, so our front line has been revamped and updated. Is this like Hearts of Iron? No. Hearts of Iron is all based off just the army stuff, all just the fighting. So, you know, it's based off your just ordering your armies around, producing your armies. We'll go with Hoi 4, for example. With Hoi 4, you produce your bullets, or not your bullets, but your support weapons, your rifles, the actual tanks, the actual aircraft, and all that stuff. And then you order them to kind of move around, they kind of auto fight for you and everything. This goes beyond that. So you do produce your units, but unlike Hearts of Iron 4, where it's, the diplomacy is kind of, it gets to a certain point, it kind of falls short a little bit. This actually excels at the other end of the spectrum. So it's all about geopolitics. So you take over any country that you want that's available in the world from 1912-ish, 1914? 12 or 14. All the way up to, I think the most recent one is 2020. Well, Hearts of Iron is based off of little provinces that you can take. Here it's just, like, I've landed and taken a section of the map already. I feel Hearts of Iron is more of a arcadey warfare game. I've got it. I love playing Hoi 4. I've got 3, 2, I think I got 1, and Mutual Assured Destruction, the DLC for that. And I find that's more of an arcadey version of this. And this is a more in-depth version of Hearts of Iron 4. Yeah, Hearts of Iron does have better peace treaties, though, where you actually say, I want this province and things like this. I mean, they both have their strengths and both have their weaknesses. That's why I have both and play both. But if you are very much the type of person who loves playing, like, you know, 200 hours of Hearts of Iron, and you're looking for something more in-depth, might want to give this a try. I'm not saying you'll like it. I'm saying I play Hearts of Iron 4, and I like it. I'll say this though, this game definitely goes... Siam just offered me a peace deal. Okay, before I agree to the peace, I want to take the coast. Yes. Alright, so one of the things you can do in this game is just like what I just did. Siam, we basically just pieced out. I get to keep what I took, and Siam gets to keep their nation. Offer them an embassy. Nope, they don't want an embassy at the moment, which is no big deal. I basically wanted this area for rubber, which if I go here, there's a fair amount of it. I mean, there would be more if I continued up, but they probably wouldn't want the peace deal that we've got, so we kind of lucked out there. So what we're going to do now is build up the infrastructure and all that stuff down here, so we can get more rubber built up. Actually, do we have anything else? We got some agriculture, some timber. Oh, wow, I actually got oil. Didn't realize there was oil here. No coal. A little bit of metal in the south. No uranium. Nothing. All right, good. All right, so what we're going to be doing is sending a lot of our units home. We're going to leave one full stack here. 3, 6, 7 of engineers. I'm just going to move them down here for now. But everything else is coming home. Well, I will say this. I have Hearts of Iron, and I've got 100 hours in it. I've got 700 hours in this. So I am a little biased. Hearts of Iron if it was good. Yeah, I'm going to lose this election probably. But I'm just going to become a despot. It's okay. Sea transport, we're going to send everybody home. I'm going to leave these... No, you know what? Yeah, even you guys are going to go. Back to Vancouver with you. Okay. So, agriculture is good. Rubber is good. Timber is good. Oil needs some work on it. I don't have a barracks here, so I'm going to order these guys to build a barracks at this location. So I'm definitely going to lose the election. There's no way I'm making that. I am going to be winning this election. There's a fly on my desk. What have we been going for? We've been going for an hour and a half. We started up 30 minutes early. Alright, so we're only going for an hour. France wants to give me industrial goods. No. Why? Do I need them? I do need them. Okay. So don't click on Dylan's name. There we go. The average output of one would be possibly 16,000 tons divided by 365. Ugh, brain hurt. Let's go to yearly numbers here. So industrial goods, 16,000 a year. Though we build one that would put us over the 100,000 a year mark. You know what? Yeah, let's build them because we're gonna need to build them in Pickering. I'm gonna need it for other stuff anyways, yeah. So we're gonna lose that election for sure. Support you, okay. Yeah, I'm good. You're done. You can go into reserve for now because I actually don't need you until this is done. So ironically enough, 2 industrial good factories are hard. Make sure you're all good to go. Now we are using up a lot of the reasons. When you use an engineer, you end up using everything up faster. So you gotta kind of hope for the best sometimes. They're almost halfway done. It's only taking a couple days, which is good. But the thing is, we're losing tons of money, and we're using up a ridiculous amount of industrial goods. Well, as expected, lost the election. But now, yeah, we're still in power. Yeah, I'll take a lump sum of industrial goods. Why not? Oh. Funny part is, everyone likes us just a little less. Because now we're a dictatorship. Yeah, we'll like both of those. Because for the moment, I can also sell what I don't need for industrial goods. Come on. 2 days, basically 1 day. Done. Industrial good percent, blah blah. 331 a day. We need 174 a day. We're good. Our yearly production, 121,000. We're good. Eh. That's good. Consumer goods. I could probably build one consumer good factory and we should be fine. I mean, we're pretty close. We're only 50 tons, basically, away. So one should definitely cover that, no problem. %3 a day, we're good. No, I'm fine. Yeah, so industrial goods are still pretty short. Whenever we try to build anything, it just uses up a ridiculous amount. Hmm. 43%. Oh, Britain. Britain. Who am I the best terms with right now? Yeah, it's definitely Britain. Now, if I played the economy game, I could, in theory, end any little wars I could have with the Americans by going after their industrial goods. Once I have enough money, I could theoretically cripple the Americans. Now, crippling the Americans' economy might actually be a good thing for us, because if we can cripple it now in like before the 1920s, we could, in theory, cause them a lot of problems down the road, which is actually what I'm going to do. So we're going to start by buying up about 95% of their industrial goods. They're only going to ask us for 130. We're going to counter offer it. Yep, we're going to accept that. Now, what I want to do... Oh, their production is still too high. It's like way higher than I thought it was. Yeah, they've actually built industrial facilities. My plan was to get them then to agree to a 90-day term deal where we take the majority of what they have. But the problem is that they're actually producing more than they need. So we would have to actually ask for whatever the difference here is, which I don't even know what it is. So later on when I've actually got enough money to throw around, and if their industrial capacity ever catches up to what they need, then we can, once their industrial capacity beats out their actual production capabilities, we can then go in, buy up the majority of their stocks, and then turn around and give them an offer for 90 days, and basically cripple their economy all in a matter of a couple quick moves. Can we do that to the Russians? We can do it with the Russians. What we could do, or the Soviets, I should say. Basically, you buy 90% of what they have. Ask them for it. Okay. 500 million? Sure. Give it a tick. Come over here. Now, because now we know they're not producing enough. We'd like to see what their stocks are. Well, their stocks are 62. Okay, so let's buy up about half of it again. So we're going to spend another 44 million, which is no big deal. Okay. Now we're going to look again. What's their amount? Okay, now they got 44,000 tons. What I want to do now is say I want because they're probably buying it. So I want to put them in a spot where they're hurting. Let's try that. No thank you. But you guys just did it, right? You did. Perfect. All right. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to say I want a 90-day deal where you give me... Hello! Basically 75% of your stocks. I'm going to give you a lump sum of $2.9 billion, and I can't afford it yet. Well, basically, that's what you do. Once you have enough money, you buy up and buy up and buy up when they can't produce enough. And you could, theoretically, crush their economy. Problem is that a lot of these countries have outpaced themselves with production. So they're all outproducing what they need. Which kind of sucks. Hey guys, how you doing? Go to reserve for me, please. Are you guys finally on the rail line? You're on the rail line. Do me a favor. Go to reserve. Yeah, it's got to be a supply thing. Hello, Pyros. See, now Russia wants to buy industrial goods from us. That's priceless. The United States. I would like some technology from you, please. 916? Yeah, I'll do 916. Once we get the money, then we're good. You heading to work, my dear?
Yep.
I love you.
I love you. Bye.
Watch out for traffic. Watch out for clowns.
I'll let you know.
Is it a left note?
Maybe.
It's always.
I'll see you after work.
I love you. What time are you done work again?
9:30.
Alright, so I'll probably like figure out something myself for dinner then.
There's pizza in the freezer.
Yeah, maybe a frozen pizza. Yeah, I might go drive somewhere. Cause why not? Bye. Love you.
Love you.
Ooh. Sitting in the same spot for 2 hours hurts the butt. Ooh. Okay. What do we build next? Because oil production, power production. Let's go with oil. So you guys are all going with Alberta. That's just an obvious thing to do here. Okay, so well done here. I got lots of oil up here, but I can't touch any of it really. So I can go there maybe. There's a good spot. There and there. There. Oh, you guys. Oh, I didn't realize there was oil down there. Okay. Saskatoon. I did a rail line directly south. Bifurcate this area, and we can actually really develop this. That's actually what we're going to do. Build, transport, rail. We're just going to bifurcate this whole spot. Move you guys up there. So my production for my industrial goods, not the best. We'll max out our research. The money we're putting in research. Hello, puppy. How you doing, Muddy? You're a cute puppy. Okay. So the question is, do we build here or do we build here? We'll also build here temporarily. You know what? Let's build some oil fields here. Let's take it. So we're going to be losing money on industrial goods, which kind of sucks. Yeah, our oil production is a little higher than expected. This should offset that. Why are we using up oil? Is the question. I don't know of any oil production facilities here. Ah, it's all my industrial goods. Okay. Okay. We are using it for electric power. We have 2 petroleum power plants. Well, whoops. Where are they? Really? You're all the way up here? Well, we'll lose a little bit of the power that we produce, but we're also going to save oil. And then we're going to get rid of that industrial complex as well. That'll help lower the amount of oil we're using. But yeah, industrial goods are really hurting here. Where's the small one? You can always zoom out. There's a little like a purpley, pinky little circle around whatever it is that you're looking for. Okay. So that one has a like little line around it. It did. Question is where where is this other one? Is it like maybe? Oh, there it is. Yeah, you don't need that in Yellowknife. Who needs power in Yellowknife, really? Really, honestly. Honestly. You don't need power in the Northwest Territories or the Yukon. There we go. You're all done. It's going to increase our oil production while decreasing our usage. So industrial goods are still my Achilles heel. Well, I'm actually only going to sell 20% of our surplus. Whoa. That's a lot of guns. 145. I'm going to say no. 119,000 in reserve. We have a stack of infantry and everyone over here. We have a stack over here. Still not in position, though, to invade the U.S. I want to add that in there. I want to make sure I get that in there. Because people are going to be like, why didn't you invade the U.S. sooner? Because I actually, you know, want to live a little bit. Need some more timber. So timber mills are good in northern, well, central Ontario, so we'll take the train, reposition our troops here, and build some more. Actually, do I have any other infantry? You're all, yeah. This location here, no. Nope. So at this current moment, our entire military is basically in Vancouver. So if, you know, something were to happen in Seattle, we can invade the west coast of the United States pretty easily. Other than that, though, that's it. We would lose everything else. And why did you leave the rail line again? I'm going to send you with a supply truck. Thank you. So we're going to go here first. That should help with the wood situation. Slowly but surely. We are close to the armpit of Ontario, aka the Sioux. How long do you take to be built? So you're actually going to be done real fast. Okay. We're good there. So one thing I want to do is I do want to update the resource map in this game. Because I feel like there should be way more wood in Canada. Should be more wood, more oil in the west. I feel like there should be a little bit more oil further north. Grand Prairie. Where's Fort Mac? Yeah, I think that's where the tar sands are. Or the oil sands. Definitely be more there. Coal-wise, we're not really big coal country, I don't, like, from what I know. I'd have to look at stuff, but I know there's a lot of coal in the mountains, so I think the coal's pretty good. Metal's pretty good, but I think the main thing is agriculture. There should be way more agriculture down here in the south. Even in the US, like agriculture down in the central part, like right in through here, should be a lot higher. I mean, balancing it for balancing and stuff like that, it kind of makes sense. Uranium, yeah, coal. And this is technically coal country down here, but then you look in Alberta and BC, and it's like there's way more coal there. Invade the U.S. Yeah, thanks. I appreciate that. I don't even think that would be right now feasibly possible. So right now, the U.S. have 2.3 million troops deployed. That's troops. We got 37,000. I don't think we would win that. But I do have a plan. It does situate around getting our tech up to 1940s tech as fast as possible. And then we're going to invade China. We're going to invade China. And you might be asking, how can we invade China? Kind of hard. It would be. We don't have to do an amphibious invasion, though. We can invade through Hong Kong. So we will place a massive army in Hong Kong. And then we'll just move up and take Shenzhen and basically take this whole area here. And then just hold it and let the Chinese just keep attacking us and attacking us and attacking us. And the reason why we want the Chinese is because they have access to a ridiculous amount of resources. So they got tons of agriculture. No rubber, though, but tons of timber. Significant amount of oil. Lots of coal. Lots of metal. Actually, I think it's pretty accurate when it comes to uranium. Lots of hydro. That's a big thing later in the game. Hydro. Hydropower is big. So we are going to invade China. That was the idea I said earlier that I don't know if it's going to work. I think I can. I think I could get away with it if I invade through Hong Kong and if I get our tech up fast enough. I'm playing here right now because I basically told my minister to make just as much money as possible. We're basically just going to keep buying tech from everybody around us. I don't need a chemical howitzer. Yeah, you should all be done now. Perfect. You are going to come to Montreal, where we're going to do the next phase of my plan. Insert evil laughter. Do me a favor and build me one infantry, please, or one engineer. It's gonna take 60 days, so in the time I start the construction for all this stuff, we should be good to go. All right. 14, it's 2 stacks. We should be good there. All construction, Royale. We're going to build, just to start, one additional research facility. We're making only 10 million a day by building this thing. 8 million a day, actually, at this point. So inflation's at 1.5%, unemployment's at 6.2%, our overall population is only 9 million. Our GDP is 400, where everywhere else the average is 200 or almost 300. So we're good there. We're 19 in GDP rate, which is good. So overall, we're doing good. I mean, we're not in a bad spot, but at the same time, we want to take out the US. But to do that, we're going to need population. How do we get that population? By taking countries with population. And China's going to be the big one. If we can land troops in Hong Kong and basically just fortify that little area with tons of trenches, artillery, and infantry, we should be able to pretty much wipe out the entire Chinese military just from them attacking us, and then use cavalry to push up until we can't push up any further, fortify everything again, take out our old lines, and just slowly roll up the country. With that in mind, actually, I want to increase my production for land production as well. So we're going to have to wait a little bit here. I mean, I think right now we actually have better tech than the Chinese do. I mean, theoretically we could do it now, but... And I just canceled all that, and I shouldn't have. That's that one extra. That's 7, so that's another stack. And then let's go to 13. So that's 2 full stacks, plus an extra one to go with this guy. No, it's not. Now it's 2 full stacks. No, it's not. It's still 1 extra. Because we're building 15. Okay. So you're what, 1% a day? You're not even 1% a day. Okay. Time to change a little bit of this stuff up here. We're recalling every single engineer we have to, I guess, the greater Montreal area. You should automatically deploy it. Yeah. So you deployed, but you did not deploy to water. Here, you should be going to Vancouver or something. No, apparently you're going to... Let's try that again. Am I seeing this right? Go to Vancouver, please, and just stop acting weird. And you're already moving perfect. What are you? Whoa, 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 what are you? Why are the Americans sending merchant marines into my territory? Oh, they probably sent them out of here and they're sending them up and around. Okay. Okay. Good boy. Okay. Those guys are all going to go here. We're going to build 2 more land production facilities. What'll happen is 3 will be building infantry, 2 will be building infantry, and no, 3 will be building infantry, and 1 will be building artillery. Sorry. So that's 2. Okay, so we're going to be building 3. Sorry, 3 land production facilities. So that'll give us 5. So 3 will be doing infantry and 2 will be doing artillery. Now, whether we're going to actually end up having the numbers to do this is a little different than... I mean, we're close to 1918 tank tech. So, I mean, we're already getting there. Apparently the British don't have anything we don't... Oh, there we go. Pneumatic tubes. The French. Let's see. Yeah, 41, that's no big deal. The British really don't have good artillery. Yes, it's still your best gun is that. Okay. 12, 5, and 7. Oh, here we go. The Panzerkampfwagen K. It's 1919 tech, so it's like hot off the tank. Enos, invade Peru. Is Peru even independent? I don't even know what... invade Peru. Well, no one has said to nuke something. That's... I always love that during live streams. It's like 10, 15 minutes in, it's, hey, nuke the U.S. Peru. Peru have any actually good? Well, they got good agriculture. No rubber though. Lots of timber. Wait, isn't it all desert here? Good oil. Good coal. Metal. No uranium. Access to hydro as well. Actually, Peru's not a bad target. I do need a foothold in South America. And Peru would be a good test. Ecuador doesn't like me. Colombia doesn't like me. Chile doesn't like me. Thing is, I need a neighbor. So, Ecuador. How you doing, buddy? So Ecuador liking me here. You might like free trade. Okay. You didn't do full transit. But not aggression. Nope. Mutual defense. Nope. Nice. Free for labor force. Free trade. You won't. So you only do one of those. Come on, tradition. Free trade. Okay, so you're only willing to do one with me at a time. So we're going to go with free for labor force. So we have no, actually no, I have lots of unemployment. Let's do free trade. They're probably going to ask me for money. You want $1.3 million. Okay. Labor force now. 1.2. Okay. Slowly support, which is good. Criminal tradition. Accept that. And we are supporting Ecuador. Now, if I did land transit and supply... Ah, here we go. 1.25. I will accept that. Now, the question is, will they accept a line of sight treaty? No. But I now, if you're happy about that, Aragorn, I now have the ability to invade Peru. Question is, how am I going to do this? I would have to land troops in their capital up here, I guess? No, wait. No, capital's up here. I'd have to land troops here and then slowly work my way this way. And work along the coast. Here. I'll have to think about that. Because it's a good kind of jump off spot into South America as well. Well, actually, don't have any spots. Ha! There was that idea. Mental note, though. Oh, you're done. Perfect. Peru would be access to South America. Then we have access to Africa through Sierra Leone. Access to Asia through the the territory we took in Siam. We just need Europe. Europe really doesn't have, in this time frame anyways, a country that I could use to get in there. I mean, I can try for Albania. I mean, I have access technically through England, so that's no big deal. Maybe I'll go to someone like Denmark, maybe. That's an idea. But yeah, so let's up our production here once all this is done. So we're 60% done here. Yep, I know, we're providing support to them. Basically, as long as they like me. There we go. Diplomatic offer. Sight treaty. Non-aggression. Sea transport, because I need to be able to get my troops there. Mutual defense. Haha. Don't need to worry about air transit. They want 22 million? Yep. There we go. So we now have a jump-in point into Peru. Hello! I can't pronounce what Lenzel would be. Or Landon Linsby. 20 minutes. I figure about 20 more minutes. Because you know what? I will try my invasion idea on China, on Peru, actually. Once my construction's done. I mean, theoretically, we can move down. But put. Oh, okay. What I'll do is say 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42, 43, 44, 45, 46, 47, 48, 49, 50, 51, 52, 53, 54, 55, 56, 57, 58, 59, 60, 61, 62, 63, 64, 65, 66, 67, 68, 69, 70, 71, 72, 73, 74, 75, 76, 77, 78, 79, 80, 81, 82, 83, 84, 85, 86, 87, 88, 89, 90, 91, 92, 93, 94, 95, 96, 97, 98, 99, 100, 101, 102, 103, 104, 105, 106, 107, 108, 109, 110, 111, 112, 113, 114, 115, 116, 117, 118, 5. And then if we do recon, we'll say, oh, we actually have the armored cars. The armored cars need gas. So we're going to not do this, but let's remove 1. So that gives us theoretically 3 stacks of cavalry that we can use to cut around. Yes, I know. We're supporting Ecuador. So the invasion plan will be tested in Peru, and then we'll actually, if it works, use it on the Chinese. Research atomic fundamentals. I'm going to condemn that. Is there anyone I'd want to be friends with around here other than Ecuador, because I need you as an invasion corridor? Yeah, so the plan will be to take this area here, and that will cause them problems with, because if I can build up a nice little, bring the line here, right along here, a nice defensive line, maybe even like this, then theoretically, with all our artillery and infantry lined up, they won't be able to get past us, and they'll just keep crushing and hitting us. And then what we can do is, while we're doing stuff, every now and then send the cavalry out, and then slowly build out the front. The problem is that since the country is going to get, we'll just say, exponentially bigger beyond this point, we'll have to try and figure out what to do. I figure I'm going to send cavalry, but there's no towns or villages up here. I mean, there's that. Oh, there's that. There's that. So I'm going to need people that can... Oh, I'm going to need engineers to cross the rivers. Oh, there we go. Ecuador loves us now. It is on very hard, so you better not lose your election and all of a sudden turn like a dictatorship and like cut off all ties. That would suck. Okay, you're at 91%. That's good. Research is going. Actually, speaking of research, so I think we may have just caught up to the Americans in tech. Or it's just the only thing left is basic tech you can get. I just made my Steam account 3 days ago. So far, Steam is pretty cool. I love Steam. I got it Steam initially. I didn't like it, like way back in the day when I bought it was Civilization 3 or something like that. That got it. You needed Steam to activate the game, and I got so mad. But now it's good. I like it. I love it. Here we go. Research anything that's not tradable. Hello. Hello. So let's just research these and get a lot of these out of the way. Are we actually at a point where we're on even keel now? I'm strangely suspected that we may have started to catch up to these guys. Hearts of Iron 4 and carries mod. That's still pretty good though. Hearts of Iron 4 is pretty good. Oh, there we go. That's all good to go. I could probably stop giving Ecuador money now. Oh, yeah, there we go. Alright, we're now at 3. I'm kind of hesitant as to build 2 more. They're really, really expensive. Thing is, our research is getting done pretty quickly now. We've maxed out our money on it. Production is going to the max. I mean, I could build a sixth facility, but I think 5 is good for now. Because we don't have the population to support a big military, so if I take my time to build it, hopefully the population will kind of keep pace with it a little bit. We'll up our spending on salaries a bit. I told you to get, increase reserve personnel. Okay. Have a good one. I haven't been able... I think we're actually ahead of the Americans, or they've already got it. A lot of stuff possibly researched, but they just won't trade it. Or we're just even, like just even on tech now. Still 41 artillery. So what tabloid? Get ships from you, but don't know. Honestly, don't know. A lot of these ships are the Bellerophon. I mean, they can be taken. I don't want to say taken out easily, but I mean, like, we can just phase them out real fast. I mean, we're researching stuff now really quickly. So here is the big thing now. We've now researched... Wait, did I not just research motorized infantry? No, we haven't. Okay, never mind. Just ignore what I just did. I thought I started researching once. Get motorized infantry. I can probably invade a lot of countries now way faster. Problem is, a lot of countries have way more people than I do. Americans have better units than I do, except for maybe the artillery. Yeah, the artillery is not as good. Huh. There we go. Mounted infantry being researched. There we go. 1925 tank tack. We theoretically might be able to do like a blitzkrieg on Peru. Now, with the way I do blitzing is a little different than probably a lot of people do, where a lot of people will mass click a whole bunch of units and then just order them in. I'll do them in groups and actually target towns and villages and things like that. And actually have infantry rolling up behind. Whoops. Don't know if we're going to get into that in this episode, but we're going to get pretty close. if I end up being the most technologically advanced country at the end of this game, but at the end of today's stream, that would be awesome. Where do I sit? Which one's research? This one? So Germany, Japan, Italy, GB, France. Yeah, there we are. We're here. So we're right here. So we're close. We are very close. When it comes to overall score, we're not even close. Diplomatic score. We don't exist. We're not even in the top. Oh no, we're close. We're right there. For the economic score. Again, right there. For what was this? The approval score? Yeah, we won't be doing good with the approval score just because. The military score, if we're even in the top, we'll do that. We're right there. Boom. Interesting. Okay. I am going to build 2 more research facilities. Why not? We need to get our research done as fast as possible. Because if we can play this the right way, I'll agree with that. If I can get my research into like the 30s and the 40s, while sorry, the 50s or the 60s, while we're still in the 30s or the 40s. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. The plan to invade the US will be even easier because we'll just roll over them at that point. Because we'll be almost 20 years ahead of them in tech. I mean, the biggest holdback will basically just be money. Looks like we're almost on par with these countries, to be honest with you. Because we're now being able to sell a lot of the big powers. Yeah, 4 or 5 techs, easy. And the techs we can't sell are non-tradable techs, which means, for example, right now England doesn't have large submarine designs, industrial military vessels, or chemical warfare shells. Those are pretty pivotal ones. Okay. Come on, why aren't you moving? That's why. You should not be lined up at this one. There we go. So now we're producing 2 infantry, 2 artillery, and 1 mounted infantry. That mounted infantry will and should. Basically, we're going to match it with our tanks. And the theory is that we will be able to smash through with our tanks and the mounted infantry, and then have the infantry, then have the regular infantry with artillery support and supply trucks will then roll up behind. So in the stack of 7, it's 1 supply truck, 2 infantry, and then 4 infantry, 2 artillery, and a supply truck. And they'll just roll in behind, while our armored units will be 1 supply truck, 3 tanks, and 4 infantry, and 2 tanks, and a supply truck. So we may not quite have any massive wars between now and the 40s, but oh yeah. Heartbreaks are coming. I'm just looking for any unneeded industrial facilities, industrial complexes. Ones that are just sitting by themselves like this one. So they're just taking up money and things like that. I think we're good. What research would I let armored tank? So now the problem here is that I'm also more advanced than countries like Germany, who actually have good tanks. I can't buy, say for example, a Leopard tank from them until they have the ability to build the Leopard tank. Like this tank here, the Panzerkampfwagen K, it's already out of date. Like there's no point in me doing anything with it. Problem is that a lot of the tanks that we would use here in Canada, I don't think we would have access to because the Chieftain obviously is British. The Centurion, British. So I shouldn't be able to build either of those. And then obviously the Leopard 1 and the Leopard 2, German, won't have the ability to build those either. At least I don't think so. I don't think I tweaked the unit INI file to be able to build those, but I might. Yeah. Well, yeah. I guess I can stop giving money to Ecuador now because you pretty much love me, right? Yeah, you're getting pretty close. Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna stop even looking now at England and Germany and Russia and all them for help when it comes to technology now, because I don't see them really being any much of a help anymore. Oops. I click on you. I click on you. I'll support that. Why not? So these buildings are almost 50% of the way done. It's almost 5 o'clock. So we're going to go to about maybe 5:30ish. So that means we've gone for almost 3 hours. Might even go longer. We'll see. Just checking one little thing here. There we go. Edit, please. Live dashboard. Okay, that's not what I was expecting. Under advanced settings, you send me to the right page. Interesting. You actually change everything on me, don't you? Huh. Sorry, I'm streaming on YouTube at the same time, so I'm just making sure everything's working good on that end as well. Looks like it. Mobile half track's good to go. 60 minutes away, or 60 days, or 60% done. And I will be right back. It's going to mute myself for a split second. I will be right back. Well, we're back. Here we go. Oh, guess I should be able to figure out what I'm doing, eh? Now, okay, there we go. Tank Tech 25. I'm going to condemn the Americans. So we finished Tank Tech 25. So I now have Tank Tech that's 4 years in advance. So I guess I'm now the most advanced country in the world. Even though it says we're ranked 29th, but we're also way more advanced than everybody when it comes to tech. So these things will be done about 100 days. We got lots of money too, which is the funny part. So we're running at a 52% tax rate. Our overall spending is only $6 million. So why spend money? I could probably start looking at infrastructure and things like that. Like a military supply depot right here would really help Southern Ontario's supply situation. What am I thinking about working on supply up here? It's because we have a lot of oil in the water. Good. Yes, power's starting to creep up. Industrial goods aren't good enough. Military goods aren't good enough. And consumer goods. Okay. So what I'm probably going to do is build one of each. 1 consumer, 1 industrial, and 1 military goods facility. I mean, our research should start. Okay. Transportation improvements. There we go. We want that for sure. We should be getting that in 1925. It looks like we're going to get it in 1922, 23. So 2 years in advance. You were going to get almost 10 years in advance, possibly. Let's see. Right now, it could be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, we would need technically 9 research facilities to be at 100% capacity. Like 100%, whatever can be researched is being researched, and there you go. Support that. Get a little boost to the stuff going on between the two of us. Trade relations. Let's go with influence and intelligence now as well. I'm gonna get you. Actually, everything's good here. Inflation's good. Unemployment's good. Is there a way for you to increase? I guess family subsidies would. Spend more on culture. Hopefully that increases, immigration. There's one option here. I'm trying to remember where it is. Over here. So once you... Here we go. So, our population, we got 71,862 people immigrating, 43,000 emigrating, 198,000 births, 123,000 deaths, and 99% literacy rating. Apparently, we're a moderate dictatorship. So these obviously are annual projections, so as we can come January, those will change, and we'll have to take a look to see just how well these numbers are. Because our population is going up by roughly 200? But 300, 250, 275 a day. Which means if we went into a massive war, say with the Americans, we would not be able to even, fill up our dead. Well, those are all done. Perfect. So we now have 5 research facilities, which means we have 3 spare slots. Our research efficiency and development is maxed out when it comes to spending money. Question is, do I want to build 2 more and take the chance? Sometimes what will happen is mid-game, if not even possibly a little sooner than mid-game, if you have too many research facilities, you're basically just spending money for no reason. Speaking of spending money for no reason, Ecuador loves me. basically, I'm just going to do everything I can to cheese off Peru at this point. What is my reserves looking like now? Lots of infantry, lots of cavalry, some now obsolete tanks, or soon to be obsolete tanks, but a ton of artillery. A small amount of mounted infantry. You can hold 72 tons, 58. There we go. All right. So now we're also building supply vehicles, so we can obviously supply our units as they invade, go through Peru. Destabilization efforts are continuing in Peru. So domestically, military-wise, they only have one land production facility. Full staff of 35,000. So our military is only twice the size when it comes to staff. People are starting to like us a little bit more. France and Greece signed a deal. I am a little shocked that we haven't seen Germany go after anybody yet. One of my plans will also be, when we actually go to war with the Americans, is going to be to remove like spots like this. And this. And here. I'm going to blow that bridge. This bridge, I believe, is on the American side. It's like kind of 50-50, so I can't do that much. And here as well. So we might just set up a defensive line here and just let the Americans push. Even here, we might just hold on the Welland Canal there. Kind of lose Niagara Falls, maybe. We can hold there because of the St. Lawrence, but then here is going to be the big fight, I feel. That is going to be the big field in the east. We're researching 6F there. Look at that, our ships are getting modernized here. Tanks. Nope. See, now I can buy the Panzerkampfwagen K. But then my biggest thought... You're at 213. You're already better. What's your speed, though, is the question. Like, your speed... Tracked. It's better. It's using 1918 tech though. So like end of World War II tech. So I can't see it being fast. And I want a quick tank to go with our quick infantry. Like, even the British haven't even researched some of this stuff. Americans don't have any tank tech or any tank designs. So it could be A, they haven't researched them yet, or B, they just don't have them. They just don't have them. Which to me is a good thing. Because then if we can get up and mobile faster than they can, we can then slowly start to kind of cause them problems. Now, that actually reminds me. Now, their industrial capacity is still really good. There's a way I could sabotage their industrial good base. I could. What's going on here? Oh. They got more money than I do. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. No one's in debt. Not a single country is in debt. Oh my gosh. That's not good. No country has any debt for anything. So our economy is almost as good as theirs. 50, 98.4, delighted 52. So our treaty integrity is what's holding us back there. Economy-wise, so 150, 7, 3, and 45. So tourism's better than us. 1.8 and 26. Okay, so their GDP is better too. Domestically, yeah, they're gonna. No big deal. So the Americans are doing a little bit better than us, but soon they'll be part of us anyways. When I start destabilizing a little bit, funding insurgents and stuff, and try to cause some overall mayhem, which would be kind of entertaining. But I don't think they have any non-loyal. Yeah, we have Quebec. So theoretically, people could cause mayhem in our territories, but the U.S. being 100% loyal to itself, yeah. Okay. How's production going here? I'm going to start sending troops down to Peru. All these guys are actually going to go, for the moment, into reserves. Give us a little bit extra space here. I think that's going to be more than enough. I'm going to order everybody to go to Vancouver. And then we're just going to go down the west coast, basically North America. Bum, bum. We're going to position all these troops in Ecuador. And when we declare war on Peru, we'll be able to just walk across the border. I don't see Peru having a large enough military to really fight us. So that'll make things a little bit more interesting. Gonna have it for now. Thanks for the stream. Not yet. Not yet. Little bit of diddle-daddling. A little bit of diddle-daddling. I'll admit. We'll condemn that. Have a good one. I'll only be going myself for like 7 more minutes. So actually, here's a good way of seeing just why these guys are going to go the way they're going to go here. I mean, they're doing it properly. That's everybody. So it's just like a blip there why that one artillery unit moved up there. Highlight all of you. Say, hey, do me a favor. Go to whatever this town is. La Libertad. This should be big enough, right? Should be more than enough units to go to war with. them. Once that's done. That is many units is that? We have 188 units prepared to invade Peru. I'm also going to stop spending money on Peru, for the record, just because I don't want any little glitches where our units show up when they shouldn't. Go. Right, so our first plan will be to capture this town so we can get supplies into the country. Want to get everybody in to the country first. Go. Okay. All my infantry kind of move up first. 5, 6, 7. Interesting. Let's get all our ground units in play first. 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Oh, just look at that artillery rain down. Fly. Shoo fly, don't bother me. Shoo fly, don't bother me. Shoo fly, don't bother me. Oh, artillery. How art you the best? Okay, so what I'm gonna do. 1, 2. Oh, I have no tanks. That's right, because I don't have any modern tanks for this thing. So that's what 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You're going to go there with 2 pieces of artillery. Okay. We're going to build up another group here. It's 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So remember, this is the plan. Plan with China as well as the United States is just slow roll. They have like bigger, better stuff than we do. Let's throw 2, 5, 6, 7. But we're now getting supplies. That's very good. All right, we have our support units at the back. Good, 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 good. You're now going to cross the border into that spot. You're going to cross the border there. You 3 are going to move up to there. Go. You 2 are actually going to go there with 1 additional artillery and supports. How's Britain feeling about us right now? France, not the biggest fan. Britain still loves me. So what I'm going to do is start to support France. Get them to like me. I want to make sure they like me. Because if they don't like me, I'm going to possibly have a problem. So I now need an additional group of infantry down here, which is no big deal. So we're going to move all these guys up. This extra infantry unit is going to come down here. I'm going to bring up 3 additional artillery and slide them in right there. We've got our 5 little motorized groups here. You're going to move up. Perfect. Very, very good. So we're going to go for about half an hour more. So here we go. Germany now has officially declared war on Greece. I'm going to support that because that's going to cause problems within Europe. And anything destabilizing Europe is something I am happy about. Improved plastics bumps me up, right? Or is it base electronics? No, base electronics does. So once I have base electronics, I move up an era. So you are now going to move south. You are going to move into that position. I don't see any actual fighting going on here, except maybe some German ships coming in. But now that means that they are fighting, which is good. Right now, I'm not getting engaged by anybody, which is good as well. Pressure on the naval facilities here. Six, 7. I might actually be able to capture this barracks without any fighting. No, I don't want peace. So we did lose 1 mounted infantry. 5, 6, 7. Where was it? There. That's why we brought extras. 4, 5, 6, 7. We lost infantry there. 5. And move you up to capture that little town there, which is good. You guys can. Oh, we need more here. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. Move up artillery and support. Just keep hitting those warships as they come in. In the meantime, two, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We'll build up another one. We're going to put them here, and these guys are going to roll here, and these guys are all going to roll east. Okay. You. We do have that naval facility now, almost, well, actually, I wouldn't say almost. We have it completely surrounded. So, I mean, Peru's going to fall. As at this point, is it better or what? I want to hold that spot there and just keep hitting their naval units because it keeps hurting them. So. We still have so many units in reserve. I might actually be able to take out the Americans earlier than I thought. Now, I don't want to get over... don't want to get too far ahead of myself. But, starting to like our odds here.
We need reinforcements.
Because our odds are really good. Because if this whole process here can work, then... I mean, this would definitely work against the Americans. No problem. Problem is, do we have the numbers to do it? Because we'd have to do it across our entire front line. Like the entire border would have to be protected. Oh, okay, it's right there. A little bit of a glitch there. We have too much infantry and not enough artillery. there we go. You're going to go all the way over there. You're going to fill up this little salient that's there. I mean, this does fill me with a little bit more confidence that I can actually take on the Americans. I probably won't. Yeah, I probably won't show the build-up in any videos. I'll probably just do it in the back end where I'll just be building up tons of infantry and artillery. And I'll probably do a future video of the actual invasion of the United States, because now now that I can see this working in Peru on a small scale, I might actually do the full-on invasion actually. Now, mind you, I need the population, so that's going to be the thing that stops me the most is going to be, do I have the people to fight the war? Right now, the numbers are telling me yes, but at the same time, kind of a no. So the plan would be to do something, look in the wrong spot, would be to do something like this, where we have motorized units with support and maybe some artillery and some mobile artillery and mobile tanks, artillery, supplies, and infantry, and have them running forward and hitting towns and villages, and then just having large sums of infantry, in behind and just doing the slow roll. So right now it's working perfect on Peru, but Peru's also not really attacking me. Which, I mean, is both a good thing and a bad thing. Because it could be they just don't have the military for it. So this is basically a dry run for us. Three, 4, 5, 6, 7. And Greece just surrendered. Greece just capitulated to the Germans. Greece has fallen to Germany. Wow. Okay. So I'm going to start supporting the Germans. We're going to use the Germans as our go-to guy in Europe. Three, no, 4, 5, 6, 7. So, yeah, so we're probably going to do things like this where it's infantry with artillery behind it, and just do massive defensive walls like this. And then have motorized units every here and there and have them pushing in, bringing American units up and then withdrawing. Kind of harassing them a little bit, keeping them off their mark. Interesting. France is wanting to buy lump sums of military goods. It's a good sign. It's a very good sign, actually. That tells me that they want to possibly do some shooting. If that's the case, then we might be seeing another war in Europe very, very soon. But I think it's about time we... Oh. Germany has now declared war on Serbia. Well, they're going to support that, obviously. Which means they're going to go up through here. Yeah, they're going to march up this way. Oh my gosh, they're going to cut Europe in half. Germany's going to cut Europe in half. Very interesting. So they're probably going to go to Serbia. Then they're probably going to go after Montenegro, maybe Romania. It's only a matter of time then that the Russians declare war on them. But yeah, we're going to start supporting the Germans and hope and basically get them a little, maybe get them a little dependent on us when it comes to their goods and stuff. Oh, actually, here we go. So, as you can see now, Germany's industrial goods needs massively outweigh what they are actually using. What I can do is offer them that. Wait a tick. Go to it now and look at it. Say, hold on. Let's buy even more, because they had a lot in reserve. And they're hurting for money. So, trying to kind of ruin Germany a little bit. Okay. So here we go. Now their economy is starting to kind of tank a little bit. Come on, this is gonna work. Don't have the money for it yet. Damn it. Okay, what if I did that? Boo! Boo! You fixed the AI! Well, they're about to take them out, which is pretty funny. Okay. Germany just marched right over Serbia. One, two, three, four, five, six, seven. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So, question is, how bad were these guys just wiped out? 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Wow, did I lose? No, yeah, it's 6 per. Okay. 7. They actually lost anybody. Let's cut you off. Bring you back. Let's bring you up. And bring you in. Bring you back. Bring you back. All of you guys are going to move up. Oh, just look at that wall of infantry and artillery. Wow. So right now we have 2 research facilities that are not doing anything. Okay. Good to know. Okay, so I'm gonna call the live stream there. Went for about 3 hours today, which I think is pretty good. Those of you who don't know, Average Gamer on YouTube. I will actually. Hold on, let's save this here. Oh, I can't get off my monitor. Huh. Yeah, we saved it. My options. There we go. You can find me on the YouTubes once I find my own thing here. Right here. Pretty sure that's a link to my, yep, that's a link to my YouTube. You can find me there. I'm throwing stuff on there all the time. I've got over 700 hours of Supreme Ruler Ultimate, so I don't have a problem, I swear. I'm okay. I'm fine. But anyways, thanks for watching, everybody. Thanks to Balagoat for putting all that love out there and getting me to do this today. But thank you, everybody. And I will see you guys on the next one, which we'll find out when that will be soon, hopefully. Talk to you later. Bye-bye. And let's just get some music going here. Get this working. Oh, I gotta hit the transition button. I hit the transition button. There we go. Thanks for watching, everybody. I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.